Welcome to our video where we explore the intriguing world of nations that have chosen to forego traditional military forces. In this episode, we will uncover the stories of 8 countries that stand out for their unique approaches to defense and security, highlighting how they maintain peace and stability without armies. From Costa Rica's commitment to peace to Iceland's innovative defense strategy, join us as we delve into the protective measures these nations employ and who helps safeguard their sovereignty. Let's dive in. 1. Costa Rica. A model of peace. Costa Rica's bold decision to abolish its military in 1949 still stands out as a beacon of peace in a world often shaped by conflict. Instead of investing in weapons and soldiers, Costa Rica channeled its military budget into education, healthcare, and environmental protection. This move has paid off. Costa Rica consistently ranks among the happiest and most stable countries in Latin America. Security is handled by the National Police Force, which is trained to deal with both criminal and emergency situations. The country's safety is further reinforced by international treaties and a close partnership with the United Nations, which sees Costa Rica actively participating in peacekeeping missions worldwide. Costa Rican President Rodrigo Chaves recently affirmed, "We are living proof that a nation can thrive without an army." The result is a society that values dialogue over force, setting a peaceful example for the rest of the world. 2. Panama. The role of the police. After the turbulent events of 1989, Panama made the historic choice to disband its armed forces and rely on other means for protection. Today, the national police, along with specialized branches like the Panamanian Public Forces, are responsible for maintaining the country's internal order and defending against external threats. This system is supported by formal agreements with the United States, which has pledged assistance if the nation is ever attacked. Panama's focus on police-led security allows for greater investment in economic and social infrastructure. The results are visible: steady growth and a rising standard of living for Panamanians. In recent years, the country has also seen improvements in law enforcement training and equipment, making its police force one of the most respected in the region. This approach, while unconventional, has enabled Panama to remain stable and prosperous. 3. Iceland. A unique defense strategy. Iceland's approach to defense is as unique as its volcanic landscape. Although it has no standing army, Iceland is a proud member of NATO and relies on its small but capable coast guard and police force for daily security. In times of greater need, the country looks to its defense agreement with the United States, which provides military support if required. Iceland's location in the North Atlantic makes it strategically important, and its airspace has often been patrolled by Allied forces during international crises. Despite the lack of a traditional military, the Icelandic government is proactive in its defense planning, investing in technology and intelligence sharing. Icelanders often point out that their security is built on strong alliances and open communication, rather than military might. This blend of diplomacy and cooperation helps keep the peace in one of the world's safest countries. 4. Monaco. The Prince's Guard. Monaco, perched elegantly on the Mediterranean coast, is one of the smallest countries in the world, and also among the most secure. The city-state does not maintain a traditional army. Instead, its security is entrusted to the Compagnie des Carabiniers du Prince, a small elite force responsible for both ceremonial duties and internal order. For any threats beyond its borders, Monaco relies on a formal defense agreement with France, which has pledged to protect the principality if needed. This close relationship allows Monaco to maintain its independence without the heavy costs of a standing military. The presence of the Prince's Guard is a cherished tradition, often seen at official events and public ceremonies. Monaco's wealth, stable government, and strategic alliances underscore its safety, making it a model of modern microstate security. 5. Liechtenstein. A commitment to neutrality. Liechtenstein's decision to abolish its army dates back to 1868, a time when keeping a military simply became unaffordable for the small alpine country. Since then, Liechtenstein has relied on its steadfast commitment to neutrality, backed by a mutual defense agreement with Switzerland. Switzerland's own long-standing neutrality and powerful military ensure that Liechtenstein is well protected, allowing the principality to focus on economic growth and social well-being. The country's stability is reflected in its prosperity and the high quality of life enjoyed by its citizens. Liechtenstein's government has continued to prioritize diplomacy and international cooperation, strengthening its security without resorting to militarization. This approach has served it well, as the country remains one of the most peaceful and stable nations in Europe. 6. Vatican City. The Swiss Guard. Vatican City may be the smallest country in the world, but it takes security seriously. The Vatican does not have its own army. Instead, it relies on the Swiss Guard, a colorful and historic corps responsible for the safety of the Pope and the Vatican grounds. The Swiss Guard, famed for their Renaissance-era uniforms, are highly trained and perform both ceremonial and protective duties. For broader defense needs, the Vatican has a long-standing arrangement with Italy, which guarantees its external security. The Swiss Guard's presence is both a symbol of tradition and a practical solution to the Vatican's unique security challenges. This arrangement allows the Holy See to maintain independence and peace, focusing on its spiritual mission while remaining protected from outside threats. 7. Nauru. Reliance on allies. Nauru, a tiny island nation in the Pacific, has chosen to forego a military altogether. Instead, it depends entirely on Australia for defense, under a formal agreement that has grown even stronger in recent years. This partnership means that Australian forces would step in if Nauru ever faced a threat, allowing the country to allocate its limited resources to pressing issues like healthcare, education, and economic recovery. Nauru's reliance on Australia is part of a broader pattern among small Pacific nations, where security partnerships are essential for survival. The close relationship also brings Nauru technical assistance, humanitarian aid, and economic support, helping the country navigate the challenges of a changing world. Citizens of Nauru often express gratitude for this unique bond, describing it as a lifeline in uncertain times. 8. Tuvalu. A small nation's strategy. Tuvalu, scattered across the vast Pacific Ocean, has no standing military and instead relies on strong ties with Australia and New Zealand for its protection. The government of Tuvalu has signed agreements with these countries, ensuring help during crises or external threats. With its population facing existential challenges from rising sea levels and climate change, security for Tuvalu means focusing on survival and resilience rather than military power. By investing in disaster preparedness, international advocacy, and climate adaptation, Tuvalu channels its resources where they are needed most. The support from Australia and New Zealand extends beyond defense, including infrastructure projects and humanitarian aid. This approach allows Tuvalu to safeguard its people and traditions without the burdens of maintaining an army, proving that security can mean more than just military strength.